What's up, guys? KWolfe back with you with another video. Thought I'd go back over St. Louis. Some of you guys kind of got a hold of me in the comments, whether it be on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Kind of wanted to clarify a couple things. First, with the red cross flag, I was giving my analysis based on what had actually happened and where everybody was positioned for the incident. A lot of you guys said put a flagman there with the red cross flag into the corner so they couldn't, it was more obvious that there was an incident there. I agree. I think for situations like that, there needs to be a red cross flag going into the corner because there's not enough room coming out of the corner into a jump with ruts, since that's the main focus of the riders. And I think that needs to be taken into consideration. Now, if there was track prep done, which there was, that jump face wasn't that rutted. It wasn't rutted all the way across. There were ruts in the main part of coming from the inside, swinging out, going over. So there were ruts there since that was the primary line. And I think there was maintenance done before that second race. But yeah, I agree with you guys. I do agree with you guys. There needs to be something beforehand. If there's not going to be, unless there's, no ruts whatsoever where the guys can freely move around as they will, then yeah, maybe leave it as it is. But, to your point, even still, put somebody down there in the corner so they can see it leading into the corner. Everybody realizes, hey, if there's a red cross going into a corner before a jump, even if they're not looking over to the right in this instance, there's more than likely there's not an injury coming out of the corner. There's going to be an injury or, a situation somewhere involved with the jump. In this case, the finish line. Same thing with a triple, rhythm section, what have you. So I think you guys are right in that aspect, that pointed that out. There needs to be more done from the AMA to make riders aware before a dangerous situation. You're already putting them in a dangerous situation to begin with. You're making it, the AMA is actually making it more dangerous to put it on the face of a jump. And if they don't see it in time, the alternative is either jump it and hope for the best so you are safer, or roll it and hope everybody else behind you sees it and hope that, wherever the incident is, isn't on the backside of the jump right where you're going. So, you guys are right in that aspect. And I was just giving the analysis based on the situation as it was on its face and as we all got to see it. Where the finish line flagger was, red cross flag versus the yellow flag, all that stuff. I'm not saying I was, right, you guys are wrong, or vice versa. I'm fully in agreement with you guys in the fact that there needs to be more done. I was just calling it on its face as it was in the heat of the moment that night. So that's all that was. I do think AMA needs to do more to keep it aware and give everybody a courtesy, hey, you're coming up on a section, instead of making it right at the section. But I do revert back to my previous point where Vince was off to the side of the track for the incident. I don't think we needed a red cross flag there. I think a yellow flag would have been fine. I don't know if anything would have, been needed right there until Vince started moving again. But since he was stationary, at least put the yellow flag out, but I don't think a red cross flag was necessary for that situation. And then the whole Barcia versus Jett incident again, you guys voice your opinions on that one as well. I didn't fully break it down to, hey, here's why this happened, here's why that happened. I did it based on what, we all saw. I didn't give a proper analysis, so that's on me if that's what you guys have a problem with. But, a lot of you guys said, Jett cut down early, and he did. He fully did. I think that was a little bit too early. I think I look back at, racing as a whole over the years. I've been around this sport long enough. I've seen the different variations in the track designs over the years to where, I don't know if it was such a big deal back in the, the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s, where if somebody cut down early, I don't think it was that big of an issue, on the first lap. I could be wrong. I didn't look back through any old videos. I'm just basically going off memory here. But regardless, I still think Barcia came in too fast, but Jett did cut down early. I'm not putting any fault in anybody here. You know, the only reason I said what I said in the original video was because of how fast Justin came in and how fast he and Jett connected with each other. That was all that was. Now, you guys pointed out in the comments, hey, Jett cut down early. He did. He absolutely did. And that's, you know, what led to what happened in that corner. I think Justin was still too fast. And a couple of pro riders reached out to me and said, hey, he could have made that corner with the speed that he was going. The way I saw it on camera, I don't know how, but you know, you guys were there, you raced it. I'm sure you know more than I do. You guys definitely know more than I do. You're the ones racing on the track. So, you know, I'll take that. I'll take your guys' word for it that he could have made the corner. I think it would have been difficult. I don't know if he could have made the corner and still kept up the race pace. I'll dispute that point of it. But as far as maybe going off the track, okay, sure, I'll concede to that. But I did hear from more people after the video came out with YouTube and then, you know, the short that I put up on Instagram and Twitter and everything else, or TikTok, whatever. But you know, somebody pointed out, a couple of people pointed out to me, you know, if the Barcia versus Freeze thing was a factor, they were like, hey, Freeze made the corner. Well, from the way I see it, maybe I'm seeing something wrong, I don't know, but it looked like Barcia came in with way more speed into that corner than what Vince did, since Vince made the corner. Now, back to that theory of JB versus Freeze, I can't even say that right, I'm combining everything. I think Vince was maybe looking to make a kill on Justin. You know, I will go to that point. And so I think that theory holds true. But as far as the overall picture of it, I was just calling it as it is, as far as Justin carrying too much speed in. Now, I will concede to your guys' point, Jett cut down early, much too early, and he had room to go to the outside. It's not like he was completely blocked off from using that outside and ruining, you know, any distance that he had in front of him to Hunter, and I think, who was the next guy behind him? Maybe Kenny. So, you know, you guys made good points, and I'm not, you know, like I said, I didn't give the full breakdown. I didn't give a full analysis. Here's why this happened. Here's why that happened, and so forth. I was just calling it on its face. So, you know, I'm not trying to, you know, call it one way. I was just giving the situation as it was in that particular, with Justin coming in too fast. Yes, Jett cut down early. They connected. And back to what I said before, I think Justin was a little too fast coming in there. Had Jett not cut down, they wouldn't have hit. You know, I don't know about Justin getting all the way to the outside and not pulling off the corner without losing a position. However, you look at it again, there was Freeze on the inside. Freeze might have gone in there and killed him. So that's my analysis on that one, post, you know, breaking it all down, taking everything into consideration, you know, receiving the feedback from you guys. That's all I was doing. You know, the analysis that I gave in the first video is just as it was on its face, given the parameters, but I will acknowledge your guys' points and your guys' feedback on why this happened. And yeah, I just wasn't going to go into a full-on breakdown and take too much time to, you know, explain all of that. Maybe I'll do that in the future if it's bothering you guys that badly, or just so there's no confusion on what the point actually is for a certain incident. But I appreciate you guys following along, watching, subscribing, liking the videos. Keep on doing that, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.